welcome back. It's been quite some time since I uploaded on this channel. I've been a bit more dedicated, a bit more busy with my primary channel, my first channel, Connor Matthew. So if you want more regular uploads, that's probably the place to go. Subject matter is a little bit different over there, but regardless, I'm really happy to be back making another video for this channel. It's been a while since I've sort of talked about my training, and I'm eager to sort of give an update and talk a little bit more about it. Just not found my training since those 5K races that I did over the winter to be all that exciting since then. I haven't raced outside of helping pace my brother in his first half marathon, which I think he did exceptionally well at. He, I think, peaked at around 20 miles a week. First half marathon he ever ran, and he ran a 1:37:59 on a very hilly course. So it was really fun to sort of help somebody else out in their training and in their racing, and it sort of like reignited my passion for like specifically plotting out my training a little bit more. And hopefully it's not too little too late, because I have done workouts since those 5Ks. I've been doing anywhere from 14 to 16 mile long runs every single weekend since those 5K races. I've put together a decent training block, even though I feel like I haven't put together as significant of ones that I have when I've raced marathons over the past few years. I will be racing my first like big race of the year. No offense to like 5Ks or anything, but I just consider anything like half marathon and up a big race at this point in my sort of like running journey. And I'm gonna go for a PR. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. My PR currently, as it stands unofficially at the half marathon distance, is 1:25:30, 1:25:31, I think, which is right around 6:32-ish, 6:31 a mile. And I'm gonna try to beat that. My goal is to essentially just PR and go sub 1:25. I think I have a decent chance at that, but you never really know. I've actually been doing a lot of treadmill training this winter into the early spring, and I am not a skeptic like a lot of other people are, but I still do have that like nagging suspicion in the back of my mind that sort of minimized impact. It is like a sort of different, you're still running, it just feels different when you sort of reflect on it. Like, how will that sort of build up? To me, not necessarily like having an equal split between running on the roads and running on the treadmill, but doing some like key workouts on the treadmill as opposed to the roads. What impact will that have when I'm doing a road marathon here in a couple weeks? But I think I've made up for it with a lot of hilly, hard, strong, long runs. I've done some long tempos as of late, some decent interval sessions. And when I look at my buildup since my last marathon, I have been sort of clicking away between 50 and 60 miles every single week with like a very slight increase from week to week. So I'm excited to see, regardless of what happens, regardless of how I feel that day or whatever the outcome is, I'm happy to get another race in, because I really am targeting that sub 3 hour again for this coming fall. And I see this half marathon as like the last race of sort of like the early part of the 2023 season, but like a small building block to eventually lead to that fall 2023 marathon, which I'm still deciding which marathon I want to do. Outside of that pretty boring update on my uneventful, very consistent, but again, sort of bland training over the past several weeks, I have a new pair of shoes coming in the mail today. So maybe we'll do a little first impressions look at those. What poetic timing. The shoes come to my door shortly after I just filmed that. And yes, I am wearing a windbreaker, a jacket in my home. Sue me, okay? PA, Pennsylvania, doesn't understand when it shouldn't be winter anymore. It's about to be April. It was like 60, 70 degrees 2 days ago, and now all of a sudden it could be snowing. What are we doing? Yeah, anyway, these are the shoes that I just got. I've been busy with grad school, life in general. You gotta reward yourself sometimes. I'm generally like a fight the man, fight the power type of guy. It's my belief that pretty much every commercial industry is trying to convince you that you need their stuff and you need every version of their stuff. But sometimes you just need another pair of running shoes. So, yeah, we picked up the Novablast 3. Look at that colorway. Look how lovely that is. So subtle, yet so striking. This is my first ever pair of Novablasts, and You know, I heard gripes about the first ones being super unstable and weird, but fun. Didn't really hear any gripes about the second ones, but could never find them for a decent price. Finally found the Novablast 3, which are apparently the best version, on sale. I am so excited to install these into the lineup and hopefully have them not only in these remaining weeks for the half marathon training, but for the future marathon training, for the summer miles. These are gonna be a lot of fun. So maybe we should just lace them up for today's run. Maybe this timing is secretly unfortunate though, because I did have a pretty eventful tempo run 2 or 3 days ago. And then yesterday I had a very eventful workout. I think it was 6x800, 4x400, 4x200. Pretty boring day, just gonna be like a normal recovery, easy run for the Novablast debut, but it's certainly better than nothing, right? Right. On first tie-in, I wouldn't exactly call them like extremely accommodating or roomy, but you know, it has that sort of classic Asics premium upper construction that you're very used to. I feel like they were stuck in the Stone Ages for a while with like boring, firm midsole compounds, the classic gel stability shoes. But yeah, these feel pretty comfortable so far. I'm definitely not putting them to the absolute test with an easy run today. Mile and a half in, feeling like an absolute dream. These feel like what the Nike Invincibles want to be, except they're like way cheaper and way better and lighter and more bouncy. So Nike, step your game up, because as long as these exist, I will be never buying a pair of Invincibles again. About 4 miles in, and on a day where my legs are certainly reminding me that I've had 2 pretty hard workouts this week. These shoes are feeling great. Nice, steady, easy pace, despite my legs definitely not being at peak efficiency with like stabilizing strength. They don't feel unstable at all. Really liking these Novablasts. Another thing that I'm noticing, or maybe better phrase, not noticing, which is a good thing, is the sort of pretty steep drop that an Asics or a Brooks or a Mizuno shoe typically has. You know, that like 8 to 10 or even 12 millimeter drop. I have a pretty keen sense for the difference between that and like an Atreyu or a New Balance or a Hoka at like 4, 5, 6 millimeter drop. These don't feel steep at all, and they sort of organically accompany lazy, easy run stride. So that's definitely good. 7.03 miles in the Novablast. So back from the run, and the consensus is in. Great pair of shoes. Absolutely great pair of shoes. I see a lot of potential in these with long runs. Even some faster work, maybe marathon pace miles. I don't know if it would be like an outright speed work, you know, like interval type of shoe, but they felt bouncy and light and responsive, yet plenty, you know, of comfort and support in them. So I'm excited to test these out a little bit further, hopefully put some more miles, update my thoughts a little bit more in detail in the near future. But it's been great, and we'll definitely catch up soon. Have a good one, everybody.